hello, Mad Bona. Also, hello, Internet. Oh, I didn't zoom it in. It's been a long time. I don't know what that's from. Oh, it's from that window. Way over there. Ah! Blinded.
Blinded. Can't see.
But you did it by yourself.
Oof.
You blinded yourself. We're still doing setup because this game's got a lot going on, yo. Haven't streamed in forever. I should tweet that we're live.
Whoop, whoop.
Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Also, hello. It's been a while.
It's been a long while. It's been months. Months. That's not what I want to do.
Everybody loves having a new job because you have time to do all the things that you did before you got the new job.
You don't. It's not true. Hello and welcome to tonight's stream. We haven't streamed in forever.
Pipe stream.
But it's Pipe Stream. We're playing Capstone Games Pipeline, designed by Ryan Courtney and illustrated/graphic designed by Ian O'Toole. Yeah, we played this at Origins in a game with Marguerite Magabot, which I will never forget about because it took 5 hours.
5 hours. That's an exaggeration.
No, it was 5 hours. Because you don't want to play games with me at a convention. People are always like, we never play games at conventions, and it's because it sucks. Like, you don't want to do it with me because I'm exhausted, and it takes forever, and I make a lot of silly comments.
And everybody wants to say hi during the game.
Everyone wants to come by and say hi.
Unless you're playing in, like, the dark corner of the convention hall.
Which took a long time to walk to there, so you're really exhausted, and yeah. Anyway, it was a super fun game. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to play this, or I have to own this. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. This is Clayton, the owner of Capstone Games, and he was like, cool, yeah, here. So they gifted us this coffee, which is fantastic, and then I immediately bought the upgraded shiny metal cubes because they serve no purpose, but they're upgraded shiny metal cubes, and yeah. I was like, we're going to stream it before Gen Con. And this is the last Thursday. I fly out Monday for Gen Con. So, but.
Last possible minute.
Could have done it like Sunday, like 11 p.m. But we're very excited to play Pipeline. I very much enjoyed this game. Steve has played it since. I have not played since. I was refreshing the rules before so that I could talk about it. That's always good. So yeah, this is like a super chill, yo, we're hanging out, stream tonight, because we haven't streamed in months, and, just wanted to stream hang out. We've talked for weeks now, we've been like, we should stream. I miss streaming. We should stream. And this week, hilariously, because it is the week before Gen Con, I actually have, like, time and energy and desire to stream, which is interesting, but, yeah.
Where'd that come from?
I think it's just because... like, everything that I have done for Gen Con is basically, like, I can't, there's so much out of my power right now, like, Gen Con's on rails. There's, like, minor things I have to do, but for the most part, I just have to make sure I get packed and make my flight.
Pick 3 numbers between 1 and 12.
6, 8, 3. So, this game is for 2 to 4 players, and it plays in about 90 minutes. I would probably say that it plays in about 45 minutes per player. If you are sleep exhausted, just add to that. The interesting thing is the time that this game takes is not really in like play and it's like planning things. There's a lot of planning. It's a very straightforward game, but there's a lot of things that you can do, and a lot of ways you can screw yourself. So it's just the perfect game to play for us.
3 numbers between 1 and
4, 1, 8. Okay. Hey! It's us on the internet! That's what magic it is! What's up, Angela? Yeah, so we're playing Pokemon. We really enjoy the game. This is technically a sponsored stream.
Technically. I mean, it is a sponsored.
It is a sponsored stream. It just is weird now, cause like I was like doing the script in my head and I was fixing the like things, and I don't have a Patreon anymore. I suspended my Patreon. So some of you might have noticed, but others probably not. I couldn't go back to like per video, so I tried to change my Patreon back to like per item created, and they would not let me because I'd been doing monthly. So I had to just like suspend the entire thing instead. So that's where that went, if you're curious. But we need money. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. So this is like a chill hangouts, not the high whatever. If you want to learn how to play this game, if you're here to see how this game plays, Heavy Cardboard did a great stream. Go watch theirs. If you're here to just like see how we play this game and what we think about it, and just also hang out with us because it's been months, welcome.
And also, if you're here to watch me struggle with AP over pipe layouts, because that is a realistic part of the game if you play with me.
It's gonna happen, folks. Buckle up.
Yep.
Buckle up, Chuck.
The last time I played, so the game is 8 rounds, 6 rounds, and 4 rounds. Last time I played, the last 4 rounds took as long as the first 14.
Not excited about that, but it's cool. So there's like a lot to this. There's a lot to this game. It's really straightforward, but of course convoluted, as is all the best games.
Straightforward but convoluted. It's my aesthetic.
Yep. So the story of this game is that we are all privatized oil refinement companies, and we are just building oil refinement companies, and we're just trying to be the richest at the end of 3 years. So what's gonna happen is we all start with $40 and some tanks. Can we start with tanks? Yeah. We start with 5 tanks. And 1 cube of oil each. No, we don't. We just start with 5 tanks.
So we start with tanks, and it's about oil. Is it a world conquest game?
No. Matt Bona, we're here to see you cheat. It's true. He wore his cheating shirt yesterday. It was very appropriate. Hey, Ohiny!
I cheated
hey, Chad Roberts.
so badly the last time I played this, and I can't remember how.
Great.
It was real bad.
Oh, great. I just reread the rulebook, so hopefully I can catch it if I pay attention to you. But usually I'm still, like, wrapped up in my own plans. Oh, man, y'all. I really want a bonus stream tonight. I really want to play Little Town again. It's not Tiny Towns. It's Little Town, and I like it a lot.
Do you remember how many valuation cards there were? I want to say it's like 5. Plus the main one.
We suggest value of refined oils and tanks, value of pipelines, and $10 per tank.
Let's do that. Yeah, this is definitely a game where you want to go with for the first time setup stuff.
Yeah. This is not the first time we played, but because we haven't played in a while, and I was very sleep deprived when we played the first time, and Steve cheated the last time he played, we're just going to play the recommended setup. So each player has a player board. I'll show you what those are in a second. Then there's a main board. Let's go ahead and switch cameras. Hang on, the mouse meant to say.
Good night, Mom.
Hey, that's actually not bad. Let me adjust the light levels.
Also, I am always happy to play a game where I can go into debt, and this is a game you
go
into debt.
Kairos is gonna go into debt. It's a true thing. True thing. Okay, there's a lot of white. We don't want to overdo it. Alright. Did you? Thank you, Mad Bona. Mad Bona's the best. Hyping those Netters bowls. I think everybody in here is like a repeat. Don't worry about it. You just watch. Have a restful enjoyable time, Ed. Oh my gosh, I still have to send you a t-shirt. I'm the worst. Okay, so this is the main board. Oh. And then these are our player boards. And then we each are going to have a section next to our players. I'm going to play right here where the rulebook is. Steve's going to make some room so he can play over there. And what are the... Oh, those are penalties. I was like, what are the red cubes? You should put the red cubes closer to you than the money.
I mind the red cubes.
Yeah. We're going to each need a section of the board that is like our... Did I get myself money? I didn't. That is our refinement factory, basically. So let me get myself...
It's our this. You can see this is like the coastline oil refinery thing.
Yeah. So, we each start with $40. We have the upgraded components because why not? And they're actually just nice little metal cubes. Entirely unnecessary. We have the wooden cubes still, but we'll go big or go home. And we're already home, so...
I mean, oil is valuable. The cubes are heavy. Heavy things seem valuable. It checks out.
They're also just shiny. I like them. So, okay. What's going to happen is this is a worker placement game, but it's like a... It's not really a worker placement game. It's more of like an action selection game.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is we each have a giant worker, Meeple. What's up? Actually, I kind of want to change mine to like one of our fancy... We have our little robot dudes!
Actually, and there's a...
Clayton, sorry. I mean, meeples are great and all, but we have like little robots that we can actually use instead.
They'll just be a slightly different color, but that's fine. That's worth it.
I mean...
I'm all for it.
Okay. We're gonna play with our robots. Everybody's gonna be so confused.
Look, it's an automated factory with machines.
Okay, we're gonna switch the dice so the dice match the robot colors that they're in. So our friend Andrew, who we hang out with in Essen, he's been in some vlogs. You actually might recognize these from the Essen vlogs if you watch them. He has a company and he was making these little dice robots. They're little robots and they hold the dice so perfectly. And he was like, it could be a worker game and like the power could be, right? And he let us buy some because they're insane. Oh, that's the face.
Yeah, it looks like they have eyes.
So if you put like a 6 or a 4, yeah. So those are little robots. So we're gonna play with these guys. I'm a bit orange. Oh, should I be?
I'll be blue.
You wanna?
It's fine.
That's fine. Okay. So anyway, you have workers.
This is what happens when you give us a game to stream.
Andrew owns a game store in Arizona. And I don't know if he's selling these anymore, but I asked him because I wanted more and I don't think he is. Anyway. So you're gonna place your worker on one of the action spaces. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 possible things that you can do on your turn. There's 10 actions you can decide to do. And so the majority of them are on the center of the board and they're this cross thing. So there's Crude Market right here. There's Upgrades, Tanks and Pipes, Refined Market 3, Contracts and Loans, Refined Market 2, Machines and Pipes, Refined Market 1. And then another action you can do is you can actually just purchase these pipes. So you pick one of these sections of pipe to go onto. Okay? And then the last place that you can potentially go as an action selection is your own refinement area to like actually refine oil. So on your turn, you're just going to pick one of the main actions to do, or you're going to pass. And after you activate your main action, if you selected a main action that is one of these on this like cross, this middle T, then you have the option of doing the action next to it for an additional $15?
I think it's 10.
Might be 10.
Yeah, pay $10 for secondary actions. On
$10. It's all on player boards. It's very helpful. So, for example, if I had gone to Machines and Pipes, I could pay an additional $10 after I finish my machines and pipe action to do the refined market 1. You cannot cross the center dot. So it's basically more of like you have the option of doing the other action in the T area, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So the actions and what they are, so the most obvious one that you would probably need to do at some point is go to the crude market. So when you go to the crude market, you buy crude oil. So the oil at the top, the cubes at the top, are the unrefined, completely raw crude oil.
It's the oil that hasn't been to finishing school.
Yes. And the cost for the oil is depicted above it, and you can buy as much as you want. And you can also sell crude oil. So if you have crude oil hanging out in your player board, you can sell it. But the rule is you always have to sell everything you want to sell before you buy anything. There are 3 different types of oil, orange, silver, and teal, and that is all they're called in the rules. So I don't know if that like relates to real oil in real life or anything like that, but there you go. Hey, John! So that's the crude market. It's very straightforward. The crude market, actually all of the markets only refresh at the end of the round. Okay. Then we have refined markets. That's what you think they are. It's refined oil markets.
Oil that has been to finishing school.
Yes. To different levels of finishing school. So there's refined market 1, 2, and 3, and all they have, the only difference in the number is just what kind of oil they specialize in, if that makes sense. So, for example, refined market 1, you can sell refined oil to these empty spaces right here. You can only ever sell oil to empty spaces on the board. And when you place a cube on a space, you gain the money above the space. So just like with the crude market, you can buy or sell as much as you want, but you always have to sell first. So if you're selling, you would put a cube down, gain that money immediately. And then if you wanted to purchase additional oil, you can. And down here, you can buy additional oil that is crude oil just down here, but it's like a limited market of crude oil. It's not as plentiful as up there. Okay? So that, it's also, interestingly, a little cheaper depending on oils. So down here, the teal oil is cheaper when it's crude, but up there, the orange oil is cheaper. So it's weird.
And they do refill at different rates.
Yeah. All the oil refineries will refill at different rates during the refresh round. So that's the only differences in the refined markets is what oils they want, and prices and which ones they sell.
You can buy or sell from these top spaces, which can be super helpful.
Yes.
In the game.
That's how Steve often gets out of debt. Well, he never actually gets out of debt. He just floats a little longer. So that is the refined markets. If you want to go to refined market 1, you go to refined market 1. There's 2. There's 3. You can only do things in the refined market that you've put your worker on. So that's it. So when you have oil, you need to store your oil in tanks. And one of the ways you start the game with 5 tanks that we'll actually put into our player boards. So you're going to keep it on your player board, store it there. You can purchase more tanks by going to the tanks and pipes spot. The cost for tanks is just on the board, and these are limited and only refresh at the end of the round. So, for example, I could buy as many tanks as I wanted, so I could buy these 2 tanks for $5 a pop, right? And then Steve, if he wanted pipes, would have to purchase more expensive ones on another turn. So that's the tanks part of the tanks and pipes section. The pipes section is adjacent to this tanks and pipes is a little pipe shop with just little cute little pipes. And so these pipes that you can just purchase, and it's 2 pipes for $15 or all 4 pipes for $40. And whenever you purchase pipes, you're going to take them and you're going to build your own little pipe network over in the side area. And that's where a lot of the interesting things happen in the game. And that's where we're going to spend a lot of our brain power. So I'm going to talk about that later.
And there are more of these if you have more players. It's 2 per player.
Yes.
So you have slightly more choice in a higher player game. But in a 2-player game, you just have to buy all 4.
2 per player per row? Honey?
Yeah. So there's only 4 in a 2-player game. There's 6 in a 3-player game. There's 8 in a.
No, you're right. Okay.
So it's just like, oof, it's tight.
It is tight. So that's the tanks and pipes section. The machines and pipes, very similar. Machines are these helpful robots. See, it's thematic that we have our little robot workers. Machines are little robots that you can pay to activate at the end of your turn. And when you activate your machines, they will run your oil refinery for you, which can be very helpful. But you have to purchase them and put them into your refinery to make that happen. So to purchase machines, you go to the machines and pipes action space, and then you would pay the number denoted to gain the machine denoted. We're playing 2-player games, so everything's a little bit more limited, so that's why there's only 3 machines available. The pipes part of machines and pipes is exactly the same as the pipes and tanks.
You said pay $15 to run it, right?
No, not yet, because I was going to talk about that when I talk about all the refinery stuff. The only other main action space that doesn't have to do with pipes would be the contracts and loans space. So this is where you can go and do contracts. And so contracts are just, it's what they sound like. They're contracts. So when you go to the contracts and loan space, you can pick up one contract from each row of your choice. And then you're going to put those contracts in your contract completion area over here. At the end of the game, at the end of the year, for every contract that you have not completed, you discard the contract and you take a penalty marker, which is very bad. However, if at the end of the year you've completed the contract, you do not take a penalty. All of the oil on that contract gets discarded, and then you keep the contract for the rest of the game. So when you take a contract from that area, you are signing up for that contract for the rest of the game, for every year, for the rest of the game.
And there's a catch, which is you can defer the contract.
Only when you pick it up.
When you pick it up, yeah.
So when you pick up a contract, if you're like, wow, I'm not ready for this level of commitment yet, give me a year to think about it, you can defer a contract into your deferred area. But at the end of the year, you are now married to that contract. It moves down into the area. You won't take a penalty that year for not completing it because you had deferred it, but that's what's going to happen with that. So those are contracts. To complete a contract, anytime on your turn when you are not in the middle of an action, you just take one of the oils from your oil supply that the contract wants and you put it on that contract, and then you gain payment like you would normally when you sell oil of a certain type, which is all helpful right here on your thingy. So that's that. So that is contracts, loans, really simple.
Those are actually, those are endgame.
Yeah, this is the contract one. What else I'll talk about in a second. The other thing that you did, loans. You take $15 immediately and you get a penalty cube. That's it. At the end of the game, penalty cubes are exponentially worse. So there's a little thingy on the board that says how much money you owe depending on how many penalty cubes you have.
Yeah, each penalty is worth negative $10 more than the previous penalty was. And they all add together.
But it adds together.
So the first one is 20, the second one is 30 for a total of 50, etc., etc., etc. And then if you have 10 penalties, that's minus 650. So
yeah.
Even I haven't got that high.
Hey, Kabuki Kid! So that's loans, that's contracts. The only way to get penalties is to defer on a contract or take a loan.
Or not do a contract.
Oh, yes. No, defer is different. Default. There we go. Default on a contract. That's the D word I wanted.
And I guarantee it will happen in this game.
Yeah. Not an action space, but related is this orders section. So orders are kind of like public achievements or public contracts. So these just hang out there the whole game until you are like, yo dog, I can finish that order, and then you get to claim it and get the reward, which is the money for the pipes. So you get the order, and then you pay the money at a better rate. It's a pretty good order rate, and the cost is on your player boards, and that is what those are. And again, none of these refresh until the end of the round. And as a matter of fact, the contracts and the orders will actually
only
age.
The contracts.
Yes, the contracts will age, so these contracts will get removed, and these will move over, and then we'll put 3 new ones out. So that is...
The orders, I think, are fixed for the whole game.
I'll have to look that up. Well, they refresh if you do them.
Oh, they refresh if you do them? I thought they didn't. Oh, okay.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
We'll have to look it up.
Learned in games at convention.
There's a lot of things that happen in this game. Ain't stressed. No. I don't know. Does it say put the orders back in the bag? Does it say it? Yep, put the remaining order tiles back in the box. So those orders are first come, first serve, and then they never get replenished. Gasp. Alright. Here we go. Last spaces. Whew. So, the only other space on the board would be taking government tiles. So government tiles are, I'm going to take my little robot and I'm going to be like, I want this tile. So, I have to purchase that tile, that pipe tile. It only cost me $5. Woohoo! Then I can purchase as many tiles that I want that are adjacent to that tile. So as long as it's touching in any way, diagonals do count. I can purchase them at an increasing cost. So a second tile would be, so for 2 tiles, it's $10. For 3 tiles, it's $20. For 4 tiles, it's $35. And for 5 tiles, it is $55. So, and 5 tiles is the most that you can purchase. But let's say that I'm super rich and I purchased these just for whatever. So now I'm gonna build my own little refinery. Whenever you take tiles, you have to place them in your refinery, and you just place them however you want.
Excluding diagonals for the government.
Oh, is it excluding? My brain read it as including. Awkward. Okay, so see, and this is how the game takes 17 hours. So you're gonna build.
That wasn't a yawn. That was oxygen replenishment.
It's gonna go great. So I'm gonna say that I built.
It's more of a pipe grid than a pipeline.
Look, man. All right, so I'm gonna say that I built this beautiful refinement. Look at it, it's so great. Where is my mouse? Okay, so
probably in the shed.
That's a rat.
Yeah, that's a rat.
All right, so let's say I built this. Woohoo! I built this. On my turn, if I want to activate my refinery, I put my worker on a pipe tile in my refinery. Then my pipes activate. So all of the pipes all the pipelines that are on the tile that I placed my thing on, they activate and they refine oil for me. Woohoo! So how much refinement happens depends on how many sections of pipe the oil goes through. So for example, if I were to activate the orange pipeline on this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 segments that this runs through, and it costs me, for orange oil, it's 5 segments to go from crude to low grade. And so I would manage successfully to upgrade one of my crude oils, which I don't have, up to the next level. Can I have a crude oil? Sorry, orange. I should have specified, but it's clear you weren't paying attention. So if I had a little orange cube down here in my crude oil, I activate my pipes. It's free to activate your pipes. This section is, what did I say, 7? Sure. No, it's 6. That section is 6. So I would definitely get low grade, but I don't have enough to do an additional level on top. So I just move that oil up once. Woohoo! You have to have a tank for that oil to go into for it to do it. Then if I had silver oil, my silver oil would only be able to go up by 2, which is not enough. You need 4 to go to low grade. And then if I had blue oil or teal oil, I also wouldn't have enough because I only have a length of 2 on that one. And so I need 7, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's refining. There you go. That's how it works. Each pipeline can only activate once. And if by magic, I don't think I can actually make this happen with this one. But if by magic, I got it to run enough, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just cheat. Let's pull Steve, everybody. Sure. Yep. Ooh, nope. Okay. Let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woohoo! So let's say I had activated it like that, and then I had crude oil. I can activate it through 10 lines. So I have enough to go from crude to low grade, and then from low grade to medium grade is another 5, and I have the tank space, so I can do that because I have enough excess like pipeline for it to run through. You cannot run different oil barrels through the same pipeline at once. So if I had 2 different orange, I couldn't like split my running through. That doesn't make sense. You can only do 1 barrel of oil through 1 pipeline segment each time you activate pipelines. So that is that part. So where machines come in is if you purchase a machine, you put it into your refinery network, which kind of stinks because it's going to cover up a spot. And then at the end of your turn, you can decide to pay $15 to activate your machine. And if you do that, you activate all of your machines for $15, which is sweet. And they will just activate and run all the pipes that they're connected to. So in this case, if this was my setup, my orange would run and I would get a 9 activation. And so I could refine based on that. So that is how machines work.
And it's just as, even if a pipeline is connected to multiple machines, you can't run it twice.
Yes.
Like, each pipeline can only go once.
Yeah. And super annoyingly, you cannot manually run a pipeline that a machine is connected to. Not allowed.
You have to pay the official contractors $15 to push the button on the machine. You can't do it yourself.
But the machine's doing the work. You just push the button. I imagine if you're putting a worker on the space, you're like running down the, like opening the valves on the pipes.
No, right. And then a contractor, you're going through like the outside firm who's gonna, you know.
To run my machine for me?
Yeah.
Sure. Alright. So that's the game. The game ends after 3 years. The number of rounds in every year decreases as we go on. So the first year is going to be 8 rounds, and then 6 rounds, and then 4 rounds.
John Edwards asks if you can spill the oil, and no. Because, like many games, this is a fantasy game.
But we're not mining it. That's very different. We're not mining it.
No, we can still have pipeline. You can still have pipeline spills. And
we can, but it's in our facilities, so no one knows about it.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Da, 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 da. Let's do...
Oh, there's an Ian O'Toole.
Oh, there is an Ian O'Toole. Hey, Ian O'Toole. Oh my god, Ian. Your Race for the Galaxy art is freaking amazing. We've never purchased any of those posters because we're bad people, but we are buying that one.
The other ones are okay, but that one's the best. I liked the Gloomhaven one. I'm not a Gloomhaven player, but I was like, oh my god, the race one.
There's some really good ones. The Galaxy Trucker one, I was very tempted by. Steve is too, and I might just have to get Galaxy Trucker now because it would go really well with Race for the Galaxy.
The game Galaxy Trucker? Ooh.
No, not the game, the poster. Ugh. If you haven't seen Ian's art for the Race for the Galaxy BGG limited edition poster, you gotta check that out. It's amazing. I want Race for the Galaxy to be re-skinned. That would be awful.
Oh
There's so many cards in that.
God.
Ian, you could buy a new house.
No, just do the fancy art for like the box and other stuff,
just
right?
Do the cover.
And then the rest of it just have no art. Just like fancy graphic design on the cards.
That's basically what those cards are.
It was just like strip the art and just have fancy graphic design and an awesome cover. I like that.
Oh my goodness. Ian, are you going to Gen Con this year? Because if you are, I'm like, do I have something I could make you sign? I do. I have lots of things I could have you sign, but I'd have to bring it to Gen Con. My life.
Oh wow, the Galaxy Trucker one is amazing.
Isn't it great? I know. Steve likes to play space games and he likes to play trucking games, so Galaxy Truckers is kind of perfect. It's Quantai too.
I know. It's my jam to the degree that I would put it on toast.
The Agricola one is super good too.
I'm sorry, we're just talking about these and not showing them.
Look,
you can find them.
You can find them on BGG. The Agricola one, I can't. It won't make it bigger. It's that guy.
Oh, that one is cool.
Yeah. Okay. Ian will be at us.
Can you imagine Caverna in the BGG series? Dwarves or dwarf paraphernalia.
If there's not a dog, I'm not interested. Okay. Let's start playing this game, yo. One thing that we didn't talk about at all is that when you activate certain actions, you can decide to change your turn order. You just do it. So there's that.
You know what's funny with the lights on? I forgot that it's really hard to see a black dog on a black couch. or dark couch. And there's bright light shining in your face. So I didn't realize you were on the couch.
Yeah, I let her in.
What are she saying?
Okay, let's do this. Let's just start playing a game. The AP is already hit. Great. Oh, right. There's also in-game, like, victory money things. So there's valuations. So at the end of the game, we'll score these additional bonus cards, which are in front of Steve. I also didn't talk about upgrades. Wow, I'm the worst. So at the end of the game, you will earn cash for the value of all the oil you just have hanging out in your tanks. That's sweet. You will also get the value of your pipelines. So how much your pipes can convert. You get that. You only gain the value of your pipes that can fully refine. Is that one? Or is it all the valuation?
It's value of pipelines that, go from that to that.
But they're all that. So it's just whether or not you get that, right? Multiplied by the number of pipes? It's on the back. Yeah, so it is $30 each. Okay. We also are getting the value of our pipelines attached to machines.
Oh, I picked the wrong card. That's what happened.
Okay. And we get $10 per tank
This
tile.
is supposed to be card number 2.
Oh, well, there we go.
The cards are numbered.
The other thing I forgot to talk about was upgrades. Upgrades is super easy. There's cards. You just get them, and they let you do things. Like, they give you different benefits at different locations, etc. When you upgrade a channel, like, nobody else can buy that upgrade for the rest of the year. So, yeah. It's great.
Oh, interesting. These are almost numbered the same on the appendix and on the cards, but 3 and 4 are switched.
Okay, so we get the value of our pipes. That makes more sense.
Yep.
So we get the value of all of our pipelines as if they had run.
According to step 2 and then scoring.
Yeah, so cool. All right. And this is the thing that they don't super delineate and I can't remember because I'm a bad person. So your main action can be anything that isn't, so your secondary action is just an action that's adjacent to the action that you picked. That's easy. Alright, on that delightful note, I am going to go to the Crude Market, or the Crud Market, as some people call it.
Whoa.
Crud Market. Market of Crud. And I'm going to pay $10. And I'm going to buy 2 orange crude. And then I'm going to pay $10 again to do an upgrade. I'm going to do the upgrade action. And I'm going to get human resources. I may take secondary actions for free, but I have to pay $20 to get that. So now I'm broke.
Mur asked if we allow try before you buy when buying pipes, which would be you could take pipes, try them, and if they don't work, return them. The game would never end if we were playing with me, if we had try before you buy. It takes me long enough to make my pipes work, even if I just straight up buy them.
I realize if I do this, I have to take a loan, which is the worst idea ever. Okay, I'm not going to buy any crude oil, but then how do I do anything? Already, it's spiraling. Spiraling. I shouldn't do this.
Actually.
Shouldn't do that. I want to, I shouldn't. Because I will be broke.
The upgrades are amazing, and I found it's easier in the early games to sort of tune them out. But if you get 1 or 2 early, they can make
a huge difference. Which is why I'm like, I should do that.
But they're so expensive if you haven't gotten a successful pipeline running. So.
Yeah. So instead, I will not do the secondary action for an upgrade. I will just hang out with my upgrades, and that's my turn. Okay, I'm done. Everything's awful. Hey, Paul! Ba-ba-ba. Mur's curious if we allow try before you buy when buying pipes. We do not allow it. Yes, sorry. I was busy braining. Go. Your turn. We did joke about that we needed the, like, parasol, like, in Cottage Garden to, like, because we did that in our first game. No longer do that. Oh, hey, there's somebody on Twitch! Why does this mouse keep going to sleep? Because it's smart. It's Hero Logic, it's Shadow.
I am just going to go to Machines and Pipes. And I'm going to pay...
Easy. It's okay.
I'm going to pay all $40. And buy all 40s.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Steve. So one of the things I didn't talk about, because it's easier to just talk about when you do it, is the fact that when you buy government tiles, it's restricted. So for the first year of the game, you can only buy government tiles from 2 regions. But if no one's bought from a region yet, you can just pick whatever region you want. So there's that. So on this turn, you're out of money. You can't do anything. So on this turn, I am going to go and do some government tiles. Because it's a better deal for what I want. And I'm going to buy this one. I have $40. No, I have $30. So I can buy 3 pipes. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase this one, and I have to purchase the one that I'm standing on. So there we go. And that is going to cost me all 30. No, it's only going to cost me $20. Yay! $20. I'm still rich. These are also millions, by the way. Okay. So now I'm going to build my own little pipe network. Oh, we forgot to move the round marker thing. I did. Move it. I can't reach it. Boop. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, that's one way for this game to take longer, is if you just forget to move the round marker.
Yeah, so while Steve takes his turn, I will sit and fiddle
I am going to
forever.
go to contracts
The
and
worst.
loans.
The worst.
You can take, one contract? As many as you want?
1 from each row. You can take 1 contract from each row. Let's just play pipeline.
I am going
really
to take
easy.
2, and I'm going to put 1 in my this year, and I'm going to put 1 in my next year.
I do that.
And then I'm going to take a loan.
Did that.
Second turn of the game. Already in debt.
Oh, right. Steve refined from the rules. Thank you. I can't buy diagonally from where I'm sitting. Crud. Which one was the one that was
Crude.
diagonal?
Loans you get $15, right?
Yeah, do you remember which one was the diagonal one?
Hmm?
So I bought one I couldn't buy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't remember. So you get rid of the one that wasn't the one we were on.
Here. I don't remember which one I was on. Here. Go. Okay. That might have been it. I don't know. I will buy this one instead. It's fine. I wasn't in love with that pipe design anyway. It didn't speak to my natural pipe abilities, I feel.
Oh, so did you talk about this hat?
No, I love my hat. I wasn't wearing it in stream. This is like the most me hat in my life right now.
It's a teal van, and there's a dog.
It's a teal camper van.
Teal camper van.
With a surfboard or paddleboard on top and a dog in the back. Is the van life. And inside, the seam that holds the thingy, it says, "The van life chose me." Steve won't let me because I don't know why, but I want to buy a van and live in it. He's known this since we were married.
I mean, I'll visit.
I think I'll visit. I think that's the...
To be fair, I want to buy a boat and live in it, so yes. I can't hate.
Yeah, and we discussed before we got married that we would buy a van and live in it to decide if we could live on an ocean.
Together.
Because when you're
Otherwise,
upset...
it's just me living in a
Yeah, because when you're upset and you're in a van, you just park and then you get out. And you can walk. You can, you're fine. But on a boat, if you're upset and you're in the middle of the ocean, you just drown. You just...
Yeah, if you're crossing the Pacific Ocean and one of you gets upset, you can kind of go for a walk. Depends on the size of the boat.
Matt Bona checked. It was the silver and orange crossing each other. But this one crosses too. The second one down on the screen right now from top. Went back and checked. Oh, I have no idea.
That one has silver and orange crossing each other.
Yeah, so does this one. This is the one with teal. I think we're fine. The one to the left of her die was the one that was diagonally down. But this is the one I replaced.
The one to the left of the die? That one?
I'm so confused. Don't worry about it. It's fine. They're similar enough.
Your victory is hollow.
And meaningless. Are you done? Did you get your loan and your penalty cube?
Yes.
Okay. Next round! I'm gonna run some pipe, yo. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Because there's no reason otherwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay! One of my thingies is low grade oil. It's not a statement on my life.
Oh,
What's up? Did you want to change your turn order?
No, we can't take the same action. 2 turns in a row, right?
You can.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna take another loan?
No, I want to go to Refined Market too. I was wondering if... I thought for some reason you had to...
Mer says we're playing with 7s and it's impressive, and now I'm afraid. It was random. He made me do it.
I think, yeah, 2 of the 7s came out. Okay, so I'm going to Refined Market 2. I'm going to pay $12.
Little robots.
Idea for the expansion, Clay.
Clay, yeah.
If you're watching.
I don't think
little anthropomorphic robots that move around the factory and occasionally get stuck on conveyor belts and then slide into each other and then activate stuff. We call it Pipeline Rally.
Oh, Harvey says, on a boat, you go out on a dinghy and get dragged behind the main boat while hoping you don't capsize.
I mean, some people do that for fun.
It's true.
Okay, so I went to the Refined Market too.
Okay. Did you refine some markets too? Edge 2 market? Boop. I'm going to refine market 2 as well. What's up, Steve? Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Hang on. Oh, you got contracts. Wait, should we be refreshing at the end of... No, we refresh at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Do I want some more money? Do I want to be greedy? Yes. I'm just gonna activate my pipes again. And I'm going to get more money, get paid! Oh my goodness, it's Ryan Courtney, the designer of Pipeline!
Is it my turn again?
Sorry, I didn't tag you on Twitter. I don't know your handle. It is your turn again. So the designer of the game we're playing is here. Act more appropriately.
Funny. I am going to run out of this house and down the street. No, I'm going to run my pipelines. This one, not attached to machine. I can run every pipeline on this tile. So I've got a 3, a 4, and another 4. So I'm going to silver. The first bit of it is 4. Thank goodness. So I can run 2 4s and 1 3, but
you can't run a 3.
Yeah, I can't. So I'm just running the 2 4s. And that's it.
That was it. Next round! Now I'm going to refine market 2.
I will say I really appreciate games where the round marker is round. They aren't always, and it just bothers me just a little bit.
I said...
Because when someone says, hey, can you everything else is square.
I thought I missed
except
these
the
streams.
Round.
And then Steve.
Or the round marker.
Steve.
Yeah. Okay, those are also round markers. But...
Great. I am selling both of these oils because I'm a crude person, and I get $60 million. So, I have my own money barrel, so we could
money barrel.
Also, I seem to have a lot more 50s and 100s than you do. So I got my $60 million, yo! And now that I'm done selling, I can decide to purchase if I want. Do I want some silver pipes? I mean, I feel like I need to diversify my portfolio, but at the same time, you have focused on silver, so you've driven the price up. So I'm not sure I want to do that right now. Hmm. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. I was debating it for contracts, but I feel like that's just a bad idea. I also don't want to take a contract. We're alone. Though I could get a contract and defer it. I'm going to do that. No. Yes. This is me playing this game constantly. I will pay... No. Done. Done. I walk away.
I go to Refined Market 1 and I sell 2 silver goobers. $60.
Copycat. Next round! Snap, snaps so fast. Mm-hmm.
Actually, no.
Alright. I am going to go to upgrades. And I'm going to go ahead and get a government upgrade. So I'm going to pay $20 million. Yeah. I need more. I think threw all my 10s over there. Okay. $20 million. Let's get some. Oop, there was a dog bark. Oh, wow. Girls are tired. There's little chops.
Oh.
Hard as lives. Zena had a very stressful day. She went and got her nails did.
Is it my turn?
No, because I want to double check the upgrade thingy. So I can purchase up to 2 upgrades, and when I'm finishing purpose, I can flip an additional thingy. But I purchased this upgrade and I immediately received 2 government pipes. And so those 2 government pipes that I am going to receive into my heart and soul, I guess they still have to come from activated areas. So I guess I'll go ahead and do this one. And now this region is open for business / not available. Other regions are no longer available. Sounds like a bad idea.
I believe.
You believe anything called love? Just listen to the rhythm of your heart.
I hate this part.
Do I sing the song? You hate the song? Okay, so that was 1 tile, and then I will take a second tile, and the second tile that I take will be $1 million. No, I'll take this one. Nice.
Are you deciding whether or not you want to flip?
I am. I'm also going to purchase another upgrade. So I'm going to purchase, I can now take secondary actions for free! Woohoo! For another $20 million. And now this is kind of a weird thing. I can just, when I'm done purchasing, I can just decide to flip another government contract by basically just being
Upgrade.
Government upgrade. But just like, it's like I go to the government, I'm like, hey!
They're not government upgrades.
The government, like... Well, this one was a government one. Either way, I can go to someplace and be like, hey, you know what you shouldn't do?
I mean, that's business. Literally business.
It is. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this one because I wanted this one, but I decided the secondary action is better. Then this is the first time we're fine. And then I'm going to purchase from the Crude Market because I can take secondary actions for free now. And I'm gonna go ahead and purchase 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase 1 teal cube for $7. And then I think I have just enough to purchase another orange cube. Or a orange cube. Cool.
Now.
Thank you, my Bona, for coming on. Seriously.
It is my turn.
Yes, it is your turn.
I go to the Crude Market. I pay $28 for 4 silver. Because it's 6688. Who do we appreciate? 14 times 2. 14 times 2. 20. Then I pay $10 to do the upgrade action. I'm gonna get the first level of Shoops. Dash.
Tea shoops. Yep.
Which is going to cost me $20. Immediately receive 2 tanks and 1 shot pipe tile from the shop. And is this 2 tank? Are each of these 2
1 tile? Yes. No. Oh. Each one is you get a tank tile. So you get 2 tank tiles.
I get 2 tank tiles.
Yes.
And then 1 shot pipe. I took this shot pipe. I'm done.
You are done. Alright. And now it is my turn again. And I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, did you increase the round marker?
No.
Bad person, you.
Because, yeah, we do just have the 2 ones.
I'm gonna go ahead and go here. So I'm gonna purchase these 2 tiles for $10 million. And I'm gonna put this one here. And I'm gonna put this one... Oh, that's not what I want. That's just disaster waiting to happen. Oh, no!
Oh, shoot. Okay. I cheated. I was supposed to take 2 tank tiles from the shop.
Okay.
When somebody gives it to you, it doesn't come from the supply, it comes from the shop. Phew, that was almost a cheat.
You're a wily one, Kairos. Alright. That was my Tick Tile's turn. Steve's turn.
I'm gonna run. Okay, so now I have a 4, a 5, and a 4. So I'm gonna bump 3 up to this level. And 2 of them I'm immediately going to place on this contract. And do you get the money right away? I'm pretty sure you get the money right away.
Yes, you get the money right away.
Yeah. Oh, and you don't have to complete a contract. You can do these piecemeal. I forgot about that.
Yes.
So I get $40.
Okay. Next round.
Last turn of this round.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put my thingy on this one. So I'm gonna activate my teal and my orange pipeline. So my teal is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is just enough to get my teal refined to low grade. And then my orange one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is enough to get me to low grade. And I just remembered there's these handy dandy like trackers on the top of your board, so you don't have to recount every time your longest segment. Should probably just keep using those. So yeah, so that was my turn. Yay, Steve's turn. It is very brain melty, Paul. How many times have I undone my turn?
I actually haven't undone very many of them.
You have not, but you have one more play than I do, so.
Oh.
What?
Can we can open 2 government markets in the first?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. It's your turn.
So I hear.
Also, for people turning in or skipping ahead, we are playing with little robot pieces that we just had around as like a weird knick-knack thing. Normally you just play with meeples as your worker. We just had these robots, and I was like, well, yeah, let's play with the robots. So that's what that. Oh, Xeno. Poor rough day for Xeno. She has a lot of trauma around people with things in their hands doing things to her, so like nail trimming is super traumatic for her, and we found a
Tanks and pipes.
I
paid 15.
We found a grooming salon that does really good with like skittish dogs and like very quick at nail trims, very cheap. And I took her down there. She's been to them before. She always like is happy to go in and then like remembers why she shouldn't be happy to go in, and then they get skittish and then she's fine afterwards because they give her like dried chicken jerky. But I then took her on a walk around the neighborhood and it was very hot and I wanted to go in and get coffee. And I was like, cool, the only place to tie you up in the shade is to this patio furniture. And it's a risk because she's very strong when she wants to be. And I was like, well, it's metal, it's a table, it should be fine. She's not freaking out. Tied her to the patio furniture. I walk like 2 steps away, immediately starts freaking out, drags the patio table and the chairs that are tucked under it. The chairs start falling towards her. So, and then like a car is driving by and the road, I was like, ah! She's fine. I grabbed her, nothing fell on her. I moved her to a bike rail thing, which was sadly in the sun, tied up, ran in, got my stuff, came out, loved her, went back in, got my stuff, and then we left. But
yeah, I've made the mistake of tying her. Once or twice I've tied her to the things that move. I don't do that anymore. Yeah. So, yeah.
So, she's had a very rough day. She's currently just, like, passed out on the couch.
But she got to go to my work and meet some other dogs in my work and my coworkers. And
yeah. I took her to Steve's office after the nail trims because I was like, I needed to make her happy again, so we have to go find Steve. So
I mean, there's other ways to make her happy, but
it's the easiest.
Not to that extent.
Yeah. Okay. We're now in the refresh phase. Just put the thing on the year 2, beginning of the year stuff. Okay, so we refill.
Oh, we haven't messed with player order at all. I don't know why.
No, because you haven't wanted to. So these are gone. What? These slide over, and as far as I know, that doesn't refill. I can check.
Okay, refill.
I know this happened. Then tanks refill.
Yeah, refill. Only the leftmost column.
Okay. Only the leftmost. But do I refill it before I slide?
No. You discard then slide. Discard, slide right, refill only the leftmost column. Now we do contract!
Hang on, wait. We're not done yet. We need to do these things. We need to do these things.
No, we do contracts.
Okay, contracts. Do some contracts. You're the only one with a contract.
Players with incomplete contracts receive a penalty token. Any incomplete ones removed from the game. Remove all oil barrels from players' contracts. Players who acquired deferred contracts now activate them by moving them to the active contracts area.
Yep.
Crude and refined markets.
Okay. So the crude market, the orange one will get 4 new cubes, which it can't fit. So it gets 3. I have 3 orange cubes. The silver one gets 5, which it can totally fit. Well, it only needs 4. And then, the teal gets 6, which it doesn't, it just needs 1. Then, these markets also restock. This refills completely. And, these 2 both this one. And that is the markets. Then, if anybody has an upgrade, which we both do, we get our perks. So my perk is I get a government tile, which is perfect. Perfect. The government tile that I most want in my life.
On the first turn of the new year, so you don't do it now.
Well, it is my first turn.
No, we still have to do the tank and machine shops and the upgrades.
Oh, we have to put more pipes out. And these have to flip. So these get flipped back. And technically when Steve bought this one, it should have flipped, but it's fine. And then we discard and refill markets.
Now. You can get that. Because it's your first.
Okay. So I get a free government thing. Free government thing. Free thing from the government. Government thing for free. I really like that tile, but that's not what I want right now in my life. None that I'm super excited about, but I will take this one and do
literally the one tile that I wanted.
That. The reason I could take that is because now it's the second year, so we're allowed to have 3 government tile places activated, and by me taking that, I have declared that is the space!
Oh, but damn it, you've declared war on me. Because
Okay.
I was looking at all the tiles, I was looking at that one, I was like, okay, as long as Tiffany doesn't take that one.
It's the one I took. Okay, and then it's my turn, because I'm still going first. I guess I'll just activate my pipes again. Why not? Teal is 1, 2, 3. I added a 2 segment. So teal is now 9. Orange is still 7. So orange is enough to get me to mid-grade on my orange, and teal is enough to get me to 9. Sadly not enough to go all the way, but I don't have the tank anyway, so I'll do that. Sweet! That is my turn. Kabuki Kid says, weird thing that they noticed. Blade Runner takes place in 2019, and Roy Batty, Rutger Hauer, dies at the end of on the roof. Rutger Hauer died for real in 2019.
Correct.
Coincidence?
Rutger Hauer was an awesome actor. Rutger Hauer was in Hobo with a Shotgun, which is a recent movie, which is awesome. It was very campy. And I think was also a villain in one of the Rockies. So Rutger Hauer's done some awesome work.
Some awesome. Your turn. It's your turn. You get 2 tanks. Should I get your 2 tanks? You did not. I should maybe bought tanks first. This first turn. But it's cool. It's cool.
Echo government. So you must buy the tile you're on. tiles. I'm buying 3 tiles. I will also buy this tile. Oh, I don't know if you mentioned anywhere, but you can always sell a higher grade oil to fill a lower grade contract.
I did not mention. No. Sorry. You can always downgrade your oil. Well, you're not downgrading. You're just selling it at a loss, basically.
25
Not a loss, but undervalued. Okay. Next round. I am going to go to Refined Market 1. And I am going to go ahead and sell this orange medium grade for 45. Just take 50, 25. And then I will go ahead and purchase another teal for $5. Which means I have to actually make changing. So I'll purchase a teal for $5. And I will also do a secondary action for free. That secondary action is machine and pipes. And I'm buying a machine. And I'm putting a machine right there. Oh, doggy, I got a machine. And then I'm also going to buy some pipes for my machine. And the pipes that I'm going to buy, I'm going to pay $15 to buy 2 pipes. Yeah. Pay $15 to buy 2 pipes. I'm going to buy this pipe, which is orange, and great. Buying that one. Putting it right there. And then I'm going to buy another pipe. It's also going to be a great pipe. Beautiful pipe. Amazing work of pipes. And that pipe is going to be... Ah, dang it. No, that's silly, too. Don't do that. Do that. Because you'll definitely fill that at some place in time. Cool. Alright.
Oh.
What? Okay.
My turn?
Yes.
Tanks and pipes.
Tanks and pipes. Oaks and pipes. Oaks.
So I didn't realize you can partially fulfill contracts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fulfill that. But, like, you'd get paid immediately. Like, yeah. I didn't realize I could do that as a way to
whenever you put
money.
A barrel on a thingy, you get it. Yep.
So I'm getting $20. So I'm going to get 2 pipes for 15. And I'm going to get this pipe because, oh my god.
Woohoo! Pipes of 10.
And I'm going to get this pipe. Okay. I could spend my last remaining money to go to Refined Market, but I will not. So it is your turn.
It is my turn.
Are we?
That was my first turn.
Turn.
No, that was my second turn in the round.
So we're on.
Hang on. There's 6 rounds in a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the next round.
This is your 3rd turn, right? Yes, because yes. I did government on that. Okay. We forgot.
I asked you to. Oh my gosh, that tile is amazing and I want it. No way. But I have a plan, and that plan requires more money, so I need to do things for that. One of those things is, Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to refine market 3. I'm selling this blue for 40. And then and then I will purchase that one for 7. Single orange cube. And then I will go ahead and do a secondary, yes. I'll do a secondary action for free, which is tanks and pipes and tanks and pipes and tanks and pipes. And I will purchase, I need $1 more. I'll purchase these 2 pipes. Even though I didn't really want this one, but I'll take it. Oh, that's gonna be awful. Oh, if I do this, I just like cap it. Oh, it's the worst. No, that's even worse. Dang it. I wanted to grow my orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually 8 now. So if I grow my orange by 2, I can go all the way to the next level on orange. Just by running my machine. Which is great. There's no contracts for it. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to do this. Oh, this is even worse. Why did I think this was going to be helpful? Because I was like, oh, I can just do this. But it's just still running into a thing that doesn't work. So. And I can't do that. Because then I have, oh, unless I do that. There we go. The silliest. I'll do that. Great. So my teal is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Woohoo! And now I will pay. So that was me paying $15 for 2 pipes. Yes. And now I can also buy a tank. Yes. For $10. And I'll put the tank there. And then I will pay $15 and I will run my machine. Woohoo! So, my orange can go 8, which is sadly not 10. So this can go to low grade. And then my teal has 13 segments, so I actually can get all the way to medium refined. I made an engine. It cost me $15 around to do it, but I made it. Ah, all I wanted in life. All right, Steve's turn.
I go to the Crude Market and buy 1 silver cube for 60. Look, sometimes the robot gets a little confused.
We're still playing, and I don't remember the URL.
Oh. 3 more turns.
I'm just tweeting to see if more people want to get in here. Gimme. YouTube.com/c/the1 You know, my phone used to know my username. It would just autocomplete for me. Not anymore, because I got a new phone. Okay. Did you advance the round marker?
I did.
You did. Okay. Proud of you.
I only did a few things.
Takes a lot of effort. Patience, time, money. Things. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go to contracts and loans. I'm gonna take this beautiful beast. Yeah, I'm gonna take it right now. I'm gonna take that contract right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, yo, this oil is going to that contract. So I get $35. Sweet. Sweet. And I realize I've made a horrid mistake. Just immediately. Immediately realize I've made a horrid mistake. Great. Awesome. Don't want to do this contract. I do want to do this contract, but I don't want to do this contract. Not gonna do the contract. Then how do I get money? Let's play a light, easy game. It'll be fun. It'll be fun, everybody. We'll just play a nice, easy, beautiful, fun game that we'll enjoy. Okay. I'm instead gonna go to Refined Market 1. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go to Refined Market 1. I'm gonna sell this low-grade orange oil for that amount of money. $25. Just not great. Not anything super amazing that you want to write home about, especially because you can't afford pipes with that amount of money. But it's cool because I just need to buy more oil. So I'm going to purchase $12 worth of teal oil. There we go. That's what I wanted in life. Then I will run my machine because this whole engine works on this. Damn it, I'm going to need another tank. It's fine. I run my machine. I refine another oil all the way to mid-grade. I do not have an orange oil to upgrade, but it's fine. I couldn't have done it anyway. That's my turn. Yes.
My turn?
I have $2, but I haven't taken a loan.
I go here. And then since one of my silvers is 12 and the other's 11, both of these go to level 2 refine. Your turn.
Did you advance the thing? Okay. I don't know if this makes any sense to you. Probably doesn't. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna go to contracts and loans. I'm gonna take this contract that I keep telling myself I shouldn't. And I'm gonna do these 2 cubes on it, so I get $70. And then no more on that. I'm gonna go to Refine Market 2, which I can do for free because of my upgrade. Just debating if I want to spend a lot of money for that orange, and I think I do. So I'm going to pay 30 mil to get this orange cube, to put it there. And then,
it goes to a higher grade.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, it was low grade. You're right. I'm shortchanging myself. Do I want to buy any silver? I mean, not really, because I don't have any silver pipes that can run, but I could make silver pipes that run. But if I have silver, it's just going to take up stuff in my things and stuff, and it's money I should spend elsewhere, so I'm not going to do it. And instead I'm going to run my machine, and it gets me the teal to the mid-grade, and then it gets the orange only to mid-grade as well. And that's my turn.
My turn. I'll run my machines again. I'll just bump these up to high grade. Complete both of them for $90.
Did you pay the money to run the machines?
Smash it. Run my pipeline.
Okay, I was like, that's not how that works. Oh, yeah, I also will complete my contract this turn. It doesn't super matter, but... oh, no, I wouldn't do it yet, because the machine. Okay.
Last turn.
Cool. I will go ahead and put this here to get another cool 35. Throwing money everywhere. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Put these over here. Now I need to go someplace and do something. And I think the smartest thing is to go to the Crude Market. And I'm going to go ahead and buy 23 million for 3 cubes. Boop, boop, boop. So I'm ready for the next thing. And then I'm going to also do an upgrade. And I'm going to... I need some tanks. I really need some tanks. So I'm going to get the tank upgrade. Could go to a level 2 upgrade, but instead I'm going to get the tank upgrade because I need some tanks. And then I will run my pipes. I will run my machine. Oh, sorry. Sorry. This is very important. Before that happens, I immediately get 2 tanks. Sweet. Definitely need one there. Probably need one there. And I get 1 shop pipe from either shop, which doesn't actually help me a ton because there's only 1 type of shop pipe right now. I think it's gotta be this one to do that. So, I get my orange up to 10, but I don't think I can get my orange to 10 with that pipe. Nope. Okay. Then, I'm gonna run my machine. And running my machine gets me a blue up to mid-grade, and will get my orange up to full high-grade oil. Steve turn.
Well,
the pipe tiles totally remind me of
definitely
waterworks.
going to Refine Market 1, spending $30 to do this.
Which gets you
20.
Yeah.
But it's better to lose $10 than to lose 20.
Well, and there's a contract.
Okay, so the question is, am I paying $10 to go to the machines?
Oh yeah, also just because I'm a jerk. No, I'm gonna flip this one again. Retconning super hard.
Wow.
Yep. That's how much I love you. You couldn't use it this turn anyway, because you're not anything.
I'm gonna pay $40 for the secondary action to my machine. Put that machine here.
Okay. You ready? $4 to my name. I'm excited. I have a contract that regularly gives me $105 million if I can just do it. Of course, it costs me money to do it, but it's fine, I think.
Okay.
Alright, so that's the round. So we restock machines, tanks and pipes.
So first we do contracts.
First we do contracts. We both did contracts. I'm just actually going to put mine right here, because it needs to replenish. These get flipped.
Then we discard
This gets
the
removed.
rightmost.
These slide over.
Is it?
Is it the right columns or the rightmost?
So the rightmost column.
Yeah, it's the column, so it's the columns.
Okay. Then we refill the markets technically first, so
They all refilled everything. This goes away, and these two go away. Which that one can go there.
two tiles.
And I'm still going first this whole game.
You know what? Do you mind? I'm gonna retcon and say that I took turn order.
Did you pay for machines and pipes?
Hmm? Yeah.
Did
Remember
you?
I bought a machine?
Oh.
I paid $40 for a machine.
Didn't know you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, we need to restock machines. And tanks.
Check out. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
My turn.
Yes. You just retcon, so it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I go to upgrades. $20. We get engineering level 1. Pipeline value by 1 for every 4 lengths of pipeline.
Yep. Do you want to flip another one? Did you do your yearly? You didn't get your tanks.
No. That would have been starting my turn, right? I get 2.
Yeah.
I am gonna flip.
Out.
Oh. Wow. That's insane. So you can do another major action with human resources too.
Only if you place the right way, though.
Yeah.
I'd have to be on either, like, upgrades to go to... Yeah, I'd have to be on an inside action spot.
Okay. I'm paying 10 to go to the Crude Market.
How crude of you to ask. Oh, this is entirely unrelated to everything?
No.
But I couldn't open a jar today.
I'm not.
So I need you to open a jar and sit on the counter. It's entirely unrelated to everything.
I know wrenches, pipes, opening, spilling.
It's the vegetable oil refill jar, so it is slightly related. Yeah, sorry. Anyway.
Should I pour it through the funnel?
Alright, my turn. No, you have to open it. I just need you to open it. I get 1 government tile. Thank the stars. Yay, my silver pipe is not ruined forever. Actually, I have a silver pipe now. That's the best part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Woo! Cool, yo. And then I also now get 2 tanks. Which seems like a lot. Maybe it is just 1 tile.
No, it says 2 tiles in the rules. I checked.
That's a lot.
It's great.
Okay. And then I just have to do something to get money on my turn, because it's very important for me to have money. Yeah, super important. Need money all the time. Oh, hey, I can get 35 million just by doing this. Yay! It's like I plan things. Cool. So I have 20 mil to blow, which is perfect because I'm gonna blow it right now. I'm actually just gonna stay where I am and I'm gonna do upgrades, and that upgrade's going to be to get some governments! Level 2 government! Immediately receive 4 government pipe tiles! Like, this is when the big air horn happens, you know? Yeah, it's happening.
That was even annoying.
Just you doing it. I appreciate that you did it for the sacrifice of your dignity. Maybe your ears, I don't know. Okay, I had a plan. It has been erased from my brain. Oh, what is my plan? I need to get up 5 more on teal. But I can take tiles from anywhere, so it's fine. The only problem is I don't know if I have enough room to go where I need to go. So, here's a question you can look up while I'm doing this. Does this cover this one? So I mean, it doesn't matter for this game, but do I no longer receive my yearly government pipe because I'm here, or is it in addition?
No, you get both. That would be bonkers.
It would be kind of sucky, yeah. I'm just curious. Alright, I'm going to definitely take...
Yeah, no, you get all of them.
I'm gonna take this one.
So some of them, engineering, after upgrading to level 2, you must discard your level 1. So there's a couple that say it. Which
they
one
say
do you have?
it. Government. It doesn't say it. There's no reason for me to go all the way on that one. So let's improve quality of life on other things. Just shaking the table. I'm like, I should probably have multiple machines. I could even hook into this machine, actually, which is something I should have been doing with my silver. That would have been smart. That would have been super smart. It's too late now. No more intelligence. I got 1 tile. It's great. Spiffy. Okay, I know.
And that's how I died.
I know I want to do that one. Let's do that one with this one. So it's 2 tiles. And then let's go ahead and I need to do another 3 on this guy. So if I did that one, that doesn't work. That one works. Okay. So if I do this one, like this, I can then take this one. It was this one. Like so. So that should take me to what I need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 1 more than I need, actually. Okay. But that one is now at 10. And that's my 4 tiles. So that was me taking an upgrade action. Now I run my machine. My orange I don't have an orange. So I will say I have no money to buy crude oil. I have $4. It's worse. It's awful having $4. But I can run this pipe and I can take this blue all the way to fully refined, which is fantastic. I have a question. I have a question. Can you fulfill a contract with a better oil? You can, but do you get paid the better oil price? Are you sure?
Positive. 100% positive.
Just, asking for a friend. Based on the oil placed! Yes! So, it is based on the oil quality that's placed. So I can place this here for a cool 45 mil, yo. Woo. Which honestly, I should probably just do on my next turn, but I'm not going to. Did it now. Alright, Steve's turn. Oh no, that's the end of the round. So we advance the round. And now it's Steve's turn. Ooh, but I can go first again. Is there any reason for me to go first? Because I did do an upgrade action. Not that I know of. I definitely think you're going to have more money than me at the end. But it's okay. Oh, this also should have been flipped. Alright, your turn, Mo.
I'm trying to see about... Cause it says you can, when selling oil, a higher grade of oil may be sold as a lower grade, but it doesn't say you can do that for contracts.
You can always place.
I don't know.
I remember when we played with Maggie, that's how we played it, which is why I thought I could do it. So I'll look it up in the FAQ.
Yeah, we can...
I'll look it up in the FAQ.
Yeah, this feels like one of the games where if it doesn't say that you can, I would assume that you can't, but it's good to check.
Oh my god. Wow.
Oh, this is awful. This is probably going to be my lowest scoring game ever. I should not have done a machine.
Here we go. Can higher grade oil be used to fulfill lower grade contracts? In selling oil, it may always be sold to a lower grade, including contracts, orders, and the markets. But of course, you are paid according to the space you sell it to and not what the grade the oil used to be before it being downgraded. Which is contradictory of what the rule reads. Because the rule reads you pay for the oil that's being placed.
Well, it says pay for the barrel, and I think that represents the barrel.
But this is the... Okay. Well, so I just get 10 million less. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Glad we looked that up. Did you take your first turn?
No.
Okay.
I only get 3 left. And I'm in trouble. Let's try this. Yeah, this is no good. I'm just gonna go to the crude market. I'm gonna buy a silver and a blue for 50. Yeah, I stalled myself pretty good. Your turn. Didn't go far enough into debt. That was my mistake. It's your turn.
Okay. It's my turn. I only have $24 million that I can use. I only have to complete one more contract, which is great. Or one more thingy. Had a plan. It was a pretty decent plan, if I say so myself. And I believe the plan was to buy more oil, but also sell oil. So I think I'm going to do the crude market. Yeah. So I'm going to go to the crude market. And I'm going to... So I can definitely buy 16, 21. Okay, so I can buy 2 oils of green, 1 of that. Yes, because I have 3 machine runs left. So I run this machine. Yeah, because I have no more money for upgrades. Run that machine. So this one goes all the way to mid-grade. This one goes all the way to top tier. That's my turn. Next round.
Can I pull this off? The answer is probably no. Okay, I think I'm basically... Oh. Alright, I'm gonna go here. And I'm just gonna... This one, let's see, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that one can bump up to this grade. And this one is... Oh, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, this one just goes to top grade. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, teals are off this round. I invested a lot of my game.
Oh no, I get 1 for every 4. That's why I thought it would work. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Okay, I can't do anything else.
Alright. I will do this big fancy oil, which is too fancy for it, for 35. So I have another $23 million. And I'm gonna do some fun stuff with it. Specifically... the rage. Still doing it. Okay. It's not worth it. Let me work it. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. It's your flipping... Yeah, anyway. Okay. Ugh. I want to sell that for that, but it's not worth it, like, long-term wise, because there's less I get from it. If I go there, I can't refine it. I need to get more orange oil this round, because my machine benefits me to having orange oil. Because I'm going to run my machine anyway for my teal oil. I don't have to run it anymore, but I should because it's free money. So, it's not free money. It's affordable money. So I'm just trying to figure out what action makes the most sense for me to do. Is it sell the orange oil I have? Which I definitely should sell eventually. Or is it I buy more orange oil so I can run more orange oil so I can sell more orange oil? And I feel like the answer is buy more orange oil. So then do I go to the crude market and buy cheaper orange oil? Or do I just go ahead and go to a refined market so I can do an additional action, which may or may not let me do more oil refinement? These are the thoughts that I'm having. And I think I've decided. I'm going to go to Refined Market 3. I'm going to go ahead and buy... Dang. I want to buy a pipe, but... So I just need one more segment on my orange pipe to get my orange oil to one more segment on my silver pipe. I'm not gonna run silver? Why do I care about that? I don't know why I care about that. I'm not gonna go into this section. It's fine. Yeah. Doesn't make any sense to do that. Ugh. The worst. The last round of the game. The last year of the game takes like almost as long as first and second year. Crud. Alright, well, instead, I'm gonna go buy some pipes. Buy some pipes, yo. So the pipes I'm gonna buy are... pipes. Okay, that was why I was doing that. I understand now why I was doing everything in my life. The worst choices. Nope. Nope. Oh, man. The pipes in that section are not what I want. Not what I want at all. And that's the best section I can go to. Doesn't make any sense to do upgrades. Ugh, I don't even know. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna go to the crude market. Because I'm crude. I'm definitely buying orange. I'm gonna run my machine twice more, so I should buy one more at least. Yeah. I'm gonna buy 2, so it's 11. And then I will go ahead and buy nothing else. I'll just buy 2 orange. So it's $11. There, I'm done. I'm walking away.
My turn. It's kind of a disappointing.
Oh, sorry. No, wait. Machine! Very important. Run the machine. This one goes all the way.
Don't scare
And
me.
this one goes to here. Whew. Okay, now I'm done.
Last round of the last year. Okay, I'll go here into Refined Market 3. And I'm going to sell this for $45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to sell... That's everything. So I'm going to sell this for $30. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then I'm going to pay $10 to go to Tanks and Pipes.
Tanks and Pipes.
And then I'm going to pay $40 to clean out the shop. And then I will fiddle. And then after I'm done fiddling...
You run the engine.
But since I sold everything, there's no point in running my engine.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
Because you get $30 from a low grade, and then at the end of the game, it'll only give me $30. So
okay, but you're gonna get 2 penalties worth of contracts.
Oh, I know.
Hey, girls!
I get more doing.
It's Ramsey. It's Ramsey. It's Ramsey. We're okay. All right. Is it the last round? Yes, it's my last turn.
Your last
yes,
turn.
Because I don't go first anymore.
I'm fiddling.
Okay. So this one's easy. It's fine. I'm going to Refine Market 2. And in Refine Market 2, I am selling this one for $55 million. I am selling this one for $50 million. I am selling these 2 each for $40 million. So it's 80 total. And then these crudes I'm going to hang on to because I'm going to run my machine again one last time and handle that. Yeah. No contracts are worth taking. So I won't do the thing. So I run my engine. So this orange goes to medium grade and this blue goes all the way to full grade. And that is my turn. Which means that's the game. And Steve's doing math for some reason.
Yeah, value of pipelines.
Oh, you're already calculating your score.
No, I was trying to figure out how to place these because I'm going to get whopper penalties.
I'm just happy that I made a machine that worked early in year 1.
I mean, I made a machine that works. I just haven't tested it yet. I literally have not run my machine.
Wow. I've ran it every round since I've had it.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. End of round stuff. Contracts. You defer on 2 contracts.
Boom.
2 penalty cubes. I finished my contracts, so I get that. And I believe that's the only thing we actually care about for end of game stuff.
Yeah, because there's no refresh phase.
Yeah, so we assess all contracts. Any player with incomplete contracts gets 1 penalty removed per contract. Did that. Oil barrels. Players earn money for all remaining oil barrels on their player boards at the rate denoted on their player
How much are the red oil barrels worth?
Mm-hmm. So I get 30 mil for my blue one, and I get another 20 for...
Oh, is my pipeline not visible on the stream? I can't tell because of the chat.
I can't tell either because of the chat. Either way, I get $50 million. Stop trying to distract me. Here, put these back. It's like somewhat visible.
Here, I'm gonna...
Mine is also a little off the board, but that's okay. Okay, pipelines. Players earn money for each of the pipelines in their network, even multiples of the same color. The amount of earned is determined by which grade of oil the pipeline can refine a barrel of crude to in a single run. Pipelines that are not long enough to refine crude oil to at least low grade earn the players $0. So, this is kind of easy because we have this like helpful thing, but for my system, I actually only have 3 pipes that I care. Actually, that one would work too. Hey, cool. Okay. So, my big machine pipes, my blue machine pipe would get me $30 million. my orange machine pipe would get me only 20 million. And then 50, so these can go quote unquote back. Then I have some smaller segmented pipes that would work. So I have this orange one down here that is buried that I never actually ran. That is a fiber, so it would get crude orange oil up to low grade, which is kind of sweet. It's entirely accidental, so I get another 10 mil. And then I have this silver one that I worked on. It only would go crude to low, so I get another 10. And that is, I believe, the only segments that I have that would work. So my pipeline stuff is done. Steve.
So, for me, we have value of pipelines, and then we have, for valuations, we had value of pipelines and value of pipelines attached to machines.
Mm-hmm.
So my pipelines will score 3 times.
But not all your pipes are attached to machines.
No, the other ones don't matter.
Okay. So we should have just multiplied. Hang on. So should we just multiply my score?
I'm thinking I should just, so I have one pipeline that so mine are plus increase 1 for every 4. So I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a 13.
Does that count at end of game?
Yeah. Refinement value. Yep. It has refinement value.
It doesn't say refinement value. It just says what it can refine a barrel to.
Yeah, but the pipeline's refinement value is what it can do.
Okay. Your victory is hollow.
No, that's how I've always played it.
Okay.
That's the refinement value. It goes up. So anyway, I have a 13, which adds 3 to be 16, so that's enough to go silver to level 3. I have a silver that's 9, which adds 2, so it can go to 11. So I have a 30, I have a 20, and then this bonkers blue one is 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 plus 4, so that's a 30. Yeah. So that's 80. I'm going to get 83 times, which is 240.
Okay.
So that's these 2.
So you skipped ahead.
I skipped ahead. So I'm just
his value of pipelines is 80.
Great. I'm just scoring it 3 times.
Okay. Now we do the valuations, which he just partially did. So, first you get the value of machines attached, value of pipelines attached to machines, which all 3 of his pipes are. So he gets another 80. Then we refine the valuation cards, which is, again, the value of your pipes, again, which is another 80, and that's how he gets 80 times 3. For my machine, this machine just gets me another 50, because I'm just going to take 100 and put a 50 back. Then, my valuation of pipelines is, again, if I remember correctly, I had a 30, a 20, and 2 10s. So...
Didn't you have refined oil in tank?
Yeah, I sold it. That's part of what you do in oil stuff.
No, but you don't remove them.
Do they stay there?
Yeah, because you score them again.
Oh, okay. Well, give me them back. It was an orange and a blue. Alright. The orange was... The blue was super refined, and the orange was medium. Okay. Doing math. I get 70 million. My value of my pipelines is 70. So, not 83 times, but it's fine. It's fine. Cool. Okay. Then we also get the value of the refined oil in tanks. So I get my oil money again, which is great.
50.
So I get another 50, which is nice. Feeling really happy right now with my score. This is the best I've ever done with this game by a lot. And then you get $10 per tank tile, which is silly. But I hit 2, 4, 6,
kind of a game,
8, 10. So I get $100.
And then I get $11.
Okay, now we do penalties. So players lose money for each penalty token they have received during the game at the rate denoted on the player board.
I have 3, so I lose 90. So
I have none, so I lose nothing. Okay. Then players will all the cash in their hand, and then the player with the most money is the winner. such excitement. I've never done this kind of game before. Oh.
296. Yeah, I think that's probably my worst score so far.
No, your first game, you didn't... I think you had like 100.
Oh.
The very first game we played. I got 572.
Nicely done.
Yay!
And
that's Pipeline! I'm just gonna track this really quickly. And BG stats.
When I got my machine, I should have realized that I had to... I was hoping that I'd get the machine and I could leverage it to do my contracts, but it turned out I didn't have enough money, and I didn't have enough actions to get a loan to get enough money to get oil and run my machine.
Your last score was 209, so you did do better than your last score.
Oh, yeah.
What did I say? 572, and you were what?
296.
296.
I do enjoy this game.
I like it a lot too.
Every time I play, my AP gets a little better, but
I was really proud of how quick we were. I feel like I AP'd a little bit more than you.
I think you did. I was specifically trying to not AP very much, so I think that was kind of reflected in my score, but it's fine because the stream is not an entire hour longer. So.
Yay. Woohoo! We streamed and chatted and just hung out, and it was like a 2-hour stream.
We figured out some rules questions.
Well, no, but we chatted and finished setup, and it was 2 hours. I think that's great. I think that's amazing, considering how long it took for us to actually play, and how brainy this is. It's
I'm surprised
really
we got this done in 2 hours. I think when I played with John a couple weeks ago, I want to say it took maybe 3 hours for us to play and set it up and kind of maybe relearn it. Well, no, I think just set up and everything. I want to say it was 3 hours. So
I will hug the Ichi.
So I think that's pretty good. I think one thing I was telling someone when they were asking about this game when I was at Origins, as I was saying, if you have a player in your game group that has really struggles with AP, you may want to at least allocate a lot of time or whatever. Because the thing about this game,
the first game is going to be way
first
worse.
Couple games are tough, but because you're trying to hit these totals, I know we weren't talking about it a lot during the game, but you're trying to very exactly hit certain thresholds, maybe I want 11 on silver and 12 on blue. But when I'm rearranging my tiles, there might be a possible way so that I can arrange them so I can have exactly a 12 on blue and an 11 on silver. And if I do it a different way, maybe I have a 13 on silver and an 11 on blue.
And that's why it takes forever.
So the fact that you have all of these tiles and all of these tiles, and you're trying to hit specific numbers, can just kind of make the head explode. So I think usually what we do is after you buy tiles, I mean, I guess technically you could run machines and whatever, but so we let you fiddle with them on other people's turns. The game would definitely take a lot longer if everybody had to finalize before going on to the next player. And I think that's technically how you're probably supposed to play, but whatever works.
Yeah. So the thing with this game that I realized halfway through my first game, which I really struggle with in this sort of game, is how many times I can say the word game. No, it's there's so many things that you can do. There's so many paths and options, and it's really straightforward. You just get oil, refine it, and get money. But there's several ways to do it. There's several ways to go and purchase oil, and then there's the combo effect where you're well, this is what I should do, but if I go here, I get a slightly worse deal, but then I have the ability to do a secondary action, which is helpful, but isn't actually that helpful. So there's a lot of that going on in my brain. And then the other problem that I have...
You only get, 18 turns during the game? So, secondary actions and things can be super powerful.
Yeah. The other problem that I have in this game, and all games like this, is there are 3 types of oil. Which in my head means I need to get 3 types of oil engines running on my system, which is entirely what you should not do. I mean, you can.
It gives you more flexibility.
But it's probably better if at the beginning of the game you pick 1, maybe 2 types of oil and just focus on those. Not screwing yourself on the other types, but put most of your money and effort into the other ones so that you have some sort of focus. That's what I do because I do really struggle with the feeling I feel like I'm leaving part of the game out. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not it's not fair to the tiles, but it's well, I should do silver. You can even see I was building a silver track. I never used it, but I was I don't really want to screw this silver just in case.
And it's scored at the end of the game, and sometimes you want that flexibility. Like, I was trying very specifically to go hard into silver.
I picked these up, and they are ranked, which is the worst.
And what I noticed, I think most of the other games I diversified. This one I just wanted to build machinified silver. There's only 2 places you can buy silver, whereas if you have multiples, you can buy stuff from the different markets. So it actually ended up being a lot harder than I expected to get cubes just for that oil type. Because it meant if I ever wanted to do a secondary action, Refine Market 2, and we randomized these, right?
Yes.
Refine Market 2 was contracts and loans. So the only place that I could buy silver, I didn't really want to do that secondary action. So that was just something I noticed trying something different than the other games, is that hyper specialization kind of screwed me a little bit in the action selection. So I think next time I play, I might consider weirdly which oil type to go into based on which actions I want to take, which is super neat and is not something that has occurred to me the other 2 times I've played.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's not just the shop tiles that are out or the government tiles, which is mostly what I was considering, because you can build an awesome network, but you also need action economy. One thing, and I know you're gonna say these are totally different types of games, but the oh my god, I can do everything, but I'm kind of on a razor's edge reminds me a lot of Lignum, which was also by Capstone.
Yes.
In that headspace where there's different mechanically, but
that's Capstone Games that's the games that Clayton likes.
Yeah, and
is that headspace.
refining wood into stuff, refining oil into stuff, but there's that point at the end of the game, like in this one, where you go, oh god, there's no, like, I'm just a little bit short of being able to do something, or what can I do? I think it was the first round. Oh no, the second round, I was like, how am I going to use my remaining actions to complete my contracts without a penalty? And I realized I could go to the refined market, because I was 1 turn short. I could go to the refined market and buy the oil that I needed, because if I had 1 additional turn, I would have been able to refine all the cubes. There's like, that skin of the teeth was super fun and really stressful. But I really enjoy games like that, because like, you're not frozen out.
There's
you can
still
plan
more
ahead
money!
Just a little bit.
We didn't have all the money out.
It was great. I love it.
Yeah.
I also like that when I play this game, I start thinking about what can I do next game, where there are quite a few games we play, either, across the gamut, where you play it and you're like, I've seen everything that there is in this game after just a couple plays. And this one, like, there's just, every time I play, there's more layers.
Yeah, there's a lot. And, like, we didn't even really look at doing the orders. Like, I debated it a couple times, but, like, it wasn't worth it. There's things that we just didn't touch in this game that come into play more when you have more players, so there's more competing against things. There's lots of different avenues and paths.
And I will say, this game played even differently than some of the other ones I've played, where, like, the last 2-player game I played, there's a lot of cubes being bought, and the markets were all very tight and very, like, cutthroat in both buying and selling. In this game, we didn't actually, like, sell to the markets a lot. We didn't deplete the crudes in the other markets. So it's just, like, every game, I don't know. I enjoy that it doesn't feel like this game played identically to the last time I played.
I like I don't know how you bagged this. You bagged this last time. I don't know what you did. I'm just gonna put these in with the valuations. Oh, these are the contracts. Let's see. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of potential in this game for a lot of things. We played 3-player, and I definitely feel that 3-player is tighter than 4-player in regards to the pipes, because, oh my goodness, the government pipes. I leaned really heavily on the government pipe tiles this game, and the last game that I played with Maggie and Steve, Maggie leaned heavily on government tiles, and I was trying to lean heavily on government tiles, and we just kept getting in each other's way. Which is, maybe what you want in a 3-player game. So, but there's still other things that you can do and places you can go. So in a 3-player game, I feel like you can still do what needs to be done, maybe not what you want to do, but I do still enjoy the 3-player experience. I don't honestly know if I would enjoy the 4-player experience, mostly because of the downtime. I would do the 4-player experience with people who've played the game a couple times. Like, I would feel guilty right now playing this game in a 4-player game because I know that I'm not there yet with, like, my speed of turns. So, there is that.
Yeah, I think I would probably want to play this first 2-player, maybe 3. Just because you need a game or two to just be like, what is everything? What can I do?
I think you could play 3-player. Your first game. Our first game was 3-player. It's fine.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I think I would.
Time,
I know.
don't.
I wouldn't. I think I would enjoy the starting with 2-player. The other thing I thought was interesting is if people lean heavily into like certain upgrades or certain things. Like if you're getting upgrades that give you government or shop tiles every turn, you can deplete those for the other players. Like, yeah.
Steve said Lignum just gives you the same mental field, not the same gameplay. But you do still have like the engine of wood and like cycling the wood through. We did enjoy Lignum quite a bit, but we eventually with Lignum felt that we didn't solve it. Solve it isn't the correct answer at all. But we definitely, with Lignum, got to the stage where we knew what needed to be done to get the wood processed most efficiently. And so we could play, and we knew certain clearings where everybody was going to go to that clearing, or like everybody was going to go to the space. And so the games kind of became like, okay, well, who got there first? Which was less interesting for us.
And to me, I've played Lignum, I think 3-player, maybe 4-player.
I never played...
I've played it.
I think I've played it every player count.
I think I've also played it every player count. At the 3 and 4, just that track going around the outside is a lot more fun. And in 2-player, one person is always ahead and one person is always behind. So the further you go ahead, that person can always catch up. So that duel of going around the track was just more fun for me at higher player counts. So because we usually play 2, if we like played 3 more often, I think I would have been more inclined to keep it.
Yeah, the like racing for spots would be more interesting. The issue that I had with Lignum would be maybe resolved with higher player counts. But at the same point, for me, when it comes to engine building games, once I figure out how to successfully build an engine, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, well, and Lignum is
that's
also...
kind of where I got with Lignum.
Lignum is very tactical, which I think sometimes you want. Like, you kind of... you don't want to have to plan super long term. You just kind of want to do
a bunch of wooden cubes for your design.
Yes. Okay. You don't necessarily want to always plan the whole game out. You just want to play tactically. And Lignum is great at that. And I think Pipeline kind of feels almost like the opposite, where you want to always be planning a little bit into the future.
You do, but you do still have the tactical thing where like somebody can take your upgrade, or somebody can. There's still ways that people can block you. Oh, that was it. He gave me this copy because it was a ding and done. I forgot about that. But it's fine. It's not that bad.
But yeah, I really like the balance in this game between playing long term and playing short term.
Yes.
I like it a lot.
We both like this one a lot. This is, I think, safe to say, our favorite capstone game so far. And interestingly, it's the first one that he's done the development for. Or, like, he's published and not just, like, brought over from another contract or, like, redone or something like that. So, I think that they did a great job. Ryan, Courtney did a lot of... Oh,
you know what? I think I usually put... I was putting those in the middle because these could go on the outside. Okay.
Ryan and Courtney did a great job working on this. I have some friends of Ryan's. Oh, Ryan's still in here. Woohoo! I still have some friends. I have some friends of Ryan's who like did playtesting of this with them and was like super into it and excited. I've heard some pretty funny stories from Kimberly about this. So yeah, I'm excited that it is doing as well as it is because it is doing very well. I think that as far as 2019 goes, I think this is my favorite heavier board game. That's my email. Did you know Gen Con's coming up? Sorry. I muted all of my things except for my iPad. But I think that for 2019, out of all the like releases that have happened thus far, because this is technically released, I think this is like my favorite, the best, most enjoyable, heavy game, if that makes sense. In the heavy titles weight class. That being said, we did not get Vital's new 2019 release. Escape Plan. I have not played Escape Plan yet, but it didn't super interest me.
I mean, thematically, I thought it was interesting. I just, from looking at it and seeing people playing it, it looked like it was very intricate, so that's one that I would want to play before picking up, and maybe that's one where I just want to play it, just to have played it.
Yeah. I definitely want to play Vital games, because they're very interesting, but it's, I don't know, somebody played it and they were like, they still enjoyed that Gallerus more. And we enjoy Gallerus, but we actually got rid of Gallerus because we like Lisboa more. So
Lisboa kind of edges it out.
And actually, Lisboa has some similarities as Pipeline does, I feel, in regards to some of the action placement and how that works. But entirely
Paul in chat asked about Watergate.
He didn't ask. He just said he's curious.
Okay, well, that's true. It's not asking. I learned it late at night when we were at Origins, and we were both tired, and it felt very, I don't know if you know how it plays, but just for me looking at it, it seemed like that kind of card-driven conflict game, like 13 Minutes Twilight Struggle or whatever, along with some other
13 Days, 13 Minutes Twilight Struggle,
some other like nice bluffy mechanics.
Yeah.
So it seemed really interesting to me. It's just I was too tired to play it and teach it. So I was definitely into it.
Well, but then when he told me it uses those mechanics and plays like that, and I looked at the board and looked at a couple of cards, I was like, nah, I'm done. Those games don't super, we have 13 minutes, we have 13 days, we're actually getting rid of our Twilight Struggle. I don't want to. It just doesn't interest me. I don't know why.
I think we actually got rid of 13 days in favor of 13 minutes.
We did. We still have 13 minutes because it's how long of that game I can stand.
And I did like it because it distilled what I liked about 13 Days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
Watergate did seem pretty interesting. And actually, in comparison, was the election game we played with the mudslinging recently?
The Renegade one? We played the 2-player Renegade game.
So, when I learned that one, I thought it would have some similarities to Watergate, and then coming off of that, I was just like, I would probably rather play Watergate, just for the slight heavierness,
the elections of 1828 or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Revolution
of 1828. It's the first time that in a presidential election they used the free press and just said very inappropriate things to the press. So the press, very similar to this last couple years elections campaigns.
Yeah, that one was interesting to play, but talking about it now, I kind of want to play Watergate. So.
I mean, if you were coming to Gen Con, it would cost us $2,000. You could play it.
Worth it.
No. I'm trying to think of other things. We haven't streamed in a long time, and we have been wanting to stream, but my work and life has just been super crazy. The great thing I was saying at the beginning of the stream is Gen Con's kind of on rails now, and so my year is a lot calmer. I'm doing a lot less onboarding, and so I have the mental capability and emotional capability to be on. Also, I'm traveling a lot, so it's really hard for me to get home, be exhausted, be on camera after I just spent 2 weeks on the road being public all the time. So I don't know how frequently streaming is going to happen, but it is something that still interests us, and we still enjoy doing it.
I'd like to stream a couple games at Gen Con if something good comes back.
I don't know what's going to come back. I think that King Domino Duel is going to come back. Cartographers is going to come back because I pre-ordered that. Spoilers. We also already picked up Tiny Town? No, sorry. Little Town. Not Tiny Towns. Little Town. And I really like Little Town. I was interested in learning more about Little Town at Origins, but I just never had the time to go and get a demo, and the 2 minutes that I had to kind of look at it, there was no one there to show me, so I didn't get any chances to look at it. But there was nobody talking about it coming out of Origins. It was really weird, and I was like, is it? I mean, just... And then I realized no one's talking about it because I would be the person to talk about it. I don't want to be... It's extremely narcissistic.
Mild narcissist megalomania.
Well, but I realized that since I'm not covering games anymore, there's some games that I am genuinely interested in that no one's talking about because no one would look at them. Crown of Amara with Essen. Everybody's oh, it's the one that nobody talked about. No, I sought that sucker out, and we waited for an hour and a half for a table, and then we played that. And it was totally worth it, and I think it's still really good. And I was the only one that even had it on a list. So that, is a media person that had stuff. So Little Town was one that was on my list for Origins, and I just never had a chance to go and see it, and they didn't sell it, and I would have bought it if they did. So I actually grabbed a copy yesterday.
Peachy's smelling her food bag.
I went and grabbed a copy yesterday. We played it, and I like it a lot. I don't want to say I love it, but it's so close to that. I
definitely want to play
super
it
enjoy
again.
it. I would play it right now. I would feed the dogs, turn off this stream, and do a bonus stream of Little Town. Right now. Do you want to play Little Town?
Yes.
We can open some windows since we're dying in here. Yay, bonus stream of Little Town! We also bought, yesterday I also bought the new edition of Jaipur, which is a fantastic 2-player game. If you don't own Jaipur and you like to play 2-player games, just know that it is our favorite 2-player game. Like, just, like, that small box size, I would say it's our favorite 2-player game. 2-player card game for sure. It beats Claim. But there's a new edition. I went ahead and picked that one up. It's releasing at Gen Con, but yeah. I also picked up Ship Shape from Calliope Games by Rob Davio, and we played it 2-player yesterday. There is like a dummy player. It's a fun game. I definitely think that it's worth it for like if you have 5 players or maybe 4 players. It's like a more simplistic bidding auction game, kind of like Libertalia, but with like a tile placement mechanic, which is kind of interesting. But it's already on our go pile, so there's that. But it's still good. The quality is good. They did a great job for a $30 game. This is definitely something that I would like bring to a party or some casual gamers for sure.
You know, play with the coworkers or play if we invite someone over type thing. It was definitely neat.
Yeah. Also, the hilarious thing about Little Town versus Tiny Towns, we'll talk about it in that stream. Okay, we're going to shut it down.
I still haven't played Libertalia.
Hi, Mom Gamer! We're gonna do a bonus stream. So we're gonna shut down the stream. We're gonna feed the dogs. We're gonna open some windows because it is very hot in the studio lights and it's now cooler outside, so we can open the house. And then we will be back with Little Town, which is 100% nothing like Tiny Towns at all. And I have some funny stories about Tiny Town and Little Town, which I'll talk about on that stream. But if you're not watching live or you're not sticking around for the bonus stream, thank you so much for watching the stream of Pipeline, which was not a very like professional, amazing stream of Pipeline. Used to do this all the time, if you didn't know, and we really enjoyed it, and we haven't done it in a long time because Asterix, I work for Hava Games, full disclosure, and so I've just been too busy with that. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to be notified when we randomly do these streams, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell and notification. If I post a video, it's going to be a video I think is worth it because I don't have a lot of time in my life right now. So I would say maybe if you don't want to miss content, hit the bell. Being idly subscribed won't help you super much. Oh my god, Ian, I just noticed that the logo is the Pipeline tiles.
Oh, so it is. That's neat. With a machine in there.
That's genius. Okay.
There's a lot of really clever stuff in this game.
There's some.
Also, someone in chat mentioned the game Black Angel, so they were drooling over it. So
it's very a Steve game. It's not too bad. It's just a game, I think. Steve hasn't looked at the Gen Con list yet, so there's that. I check it every day because habits die hard. Cool. So.
Isn't that a game?
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Die Hard.
Part of that sentence wise. All right. We will be back
shortly.
I'm gonna shut down. Make it down now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you in a little bit.